At the northern edge of the Nora Embrace stands the last remnants of the second largest city of the land once known as Colorado. Though looked upon by the tribe with fear and trepidation, it was once known for its majestic beauty, temperate climates, and rich history. Once Devil's Thirst was known as Colorado Springs. The history of Colorado Springs as we know it today begins with the third president of the United States of America, Thomas Jefferson, and the Louisiana Purchase of 1803. Before this time, the region had been claimed by both the Spanish and the French, and obviously by the Native American tribes such as the Ute, Cheyenne, and Arapaho indigenous to the region before that. But after the United States assumed control of the territories, expeditions began to chart the unknown expanses of the American West. Though explorers such as Zebulon Pike arrived in the area around 1806, the first precursor to the city was founded in 1856. Colorado City would be the first settlement in the Pikes Peak region and served as a supply camp for miners hoping to strike it rich in the mining camps west of Denver. However, it wouldn't be until a war hero from a far-off state would set his sights and ambitions upon the land that Colorado Springs would truly be born. In 1869, General William Jackson Palmer visited the area. Enchanted by the picturesque landscape that surrounded him, he set to work on bringing his dream of establishing a booming resort town to fruition. 1 year later, he founded the Denver and Rio Grande Railroad, along with purchasing the land along its route, and in 1871, Colorado Springs became a reality. An up-and-coming Victorian spa resort town nicknamed Little London due to the popularity among English visitors would later explode in population and affluence as gold was discovered by a cattle rancher on the western slope of Pikes Peak, bringing a new meaning to the city's rich history, being dubbed the City of Millionaires at the turn of the 19th century. This boom helped establish mountain highways and hotels to accommodate the thousands who came in droves in the area hoping to strike it rich. Outside of its storied mining history, Colorado Springs has a long-standing relationship and lineage with the U.S. military. In 1942, the U.S. Army established Camp Carson, now known today as Fort Carson, following the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor during World War II. A little over a decade later, the U.S. Air Force began building what would become the United States Air Force Academy, yet another ruin you're able to visit in the game. One other interesting potential tie-in to the game is the presence of the North American Aerospace Defense Command, located in the region, specifically within Cheyenne Mountain, a location more frequently abbreviated as NORAD, a title many have speculated gave birth to the name of the Nora tribe due to their close proximity. Designed to withstand a litany of world-ending scenarios, it would make a fine candidate to survive into the 31st century, eventually being stumbled upon by the tribal inhabitants of the reborn world. Sometime between our present and Horizon Zero Day, Colorado Springs also became the headquarters of one of the most prominent corporations of the era, Metallurgic International. A mining conglomerate with a portfolio ranging from excavating corrosive-resistant tantalum to owning professional sports franchises, Metallurgic was a dominant force in the marketplace as well as politics, of course until the world would come crashing down around it. In the 31st century, the area remains taboo to the Nora tribe, being left to be ravaged by time alone rather than by delvers and treasure seekers. Yet some landmarks are still recognizable despite the decay, such as the Pikes Peak Range Riders Memorial. Dedicated in 1988, the memorial serves to honor and perpetuate the region's Western heritage and traditions, as well as honor the two men who founded the Range Riders in 1949, Everett R. Conover and Kenneth D. Brookhart, who are the two riders depicted in the sculpture. Though surely faded through the centuries, the inscription that accompanies the memorial resonates more than ever looking through the lens of Horizon's future, a poem titled, Empty Saddles. These range riders no longer on this earth do ride, they now follow new trails beyond the Great Divide. Where the water's sweeter and the grass grows higher, that man or mount never tire. As we know all too well, they, as well as the entire populace of the 21st century, would ultimately fade from this earth. Regrettably without Apollo, so would their stories and many marks they left upon the world. To those who worship the goddess within All-Mother Mountain, the land is known as Devil's Thirst, a corrupted place tainted by the betrayal of those who followed the Children of Metal against All-Mother. A land further tarnished by the actions of the 12 mysterious outlanders who butchered and kidnapped innocent Nora tribes, who camped beyond the ruin exploiting the traditions of the tribe for safe passage. Now in a sacred land ravaged by war and death, this ruin yet stands, another solemn reminder of all that once was, and what may grow from its remains. Will the truth of this place ever be revealed to those who reside in the storied land and horizons present? For now, we can only hope, so that all that live on may know the untold story of what we know now as Colorado Springs. And that brings our journey to an end. If you'd like to see more content like this, likes and shares are always appreciated, and if you really like what we're doing at the channel, come join our community and hit that subscribe button. Also consider supporting the channel on Patreon to help us create new series and to tackle new projects just like this. Check out the link in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and keep questing.